Okay, here's the setup I have for my blades, a portable ladder, and the hub bar down at the bottom there. And it's basically all bolted into the side frames of the trailer, which you can't see behind the plywood, but they're the metal frames. And uh, they're made out of just oak because it's hard and yet pretty easy to work with. Um, Basically, I'll show you some more close-up pictures at the end and how they open. But now we're going to go on and look at my hanger bar on the side. It's just a piece of 1 1/4 inch, I believe, maybe 1 1/2 inch angle iron that was cut. It's pivoted at the top there. And then down at the bottom, it's got two holes. One, there's a pivot bolt up at the top. That's in the frame of the trailer. And then there's two holes at the bottom, like I say. One has a lock nut on it here, or wing nut that I pre-loosened. It wasn't, I don't leave it that loose. And then a little cleat for my securing my rope on my rope block and tackle, which we put out on the end. So basically it's pretty easy to use. It's just a matter of taking the screw off, uh, loosening it, and then the bar pivots out like this. And then what supports it on the bottom, where I just took the wing nut off, I put a pipe about 10 feet long, and it hooks into this hole. And then this hole, I put a cleat that I suspend a rope block and tackle from. And it can be lightweight because your rotor assembly probably is like mine. Mine weighs 60 pounds. Some of the composite ones weigh a little bit more. So it just pops back on there. And then this is the pipe here that I put between the trailer and the pivot arm. So it's just one arm and one pipe that sticks out there. I've got a little safety tape on it because people have a tendency initially to run into it with their heads. We all go around with ball caps on it and look down and don't see it. So that pretty much is how my hanger works. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to show you the block and tackle, but now we're back inside, and I'm showing you how a little bit of a close-up. These brackets on the end I added afterwards because I would go to release the blades and had a tendency to tip out. So now you have to pull them towards the back of the trailer about 3 or 4 inches before you can all flop out. So anyhow, this is how it works. Just release this finger tight on that, and then what happens is you undo the little latch down there, and then they just pivot, just like that. And you do that one, and then you go to the other end there, do the same thing, and naturally the gyro is out by this time. So the other thing I wanted to show you that you might want to consider if you're doing a trailer, I found this to be one of the best things I did. This is a little box that has two deep cell golf cart batteries from Costco in it, and at the bottom, and then there's a shelf in there, and mounted in there is a little solar regulator and a fuse panel, cutoff switch, big fuse for and this is an inverter complete with a breaker box. And then I wired it in the trailer across over to my countertop where I have 110 volts DC when I have the inverter on. And this is my little check panel. I can get 12 volts here. And you can see I'm getting 11.6 and today's cloudy. So on a good day, it's putting out like 14 volts out of that solar panel. It charges the batteries. You have to, like any battery, wet battery cell, and that whole piece lifts out and you can get to the batteries. So there's enough slack in the cables where everything comes out. So when you need to maintain the batteries. So basically that's it. You just punch the button there, hold it on. Bingo, now you have 110 volts at the inverter right there and over at the counter. Run my air compressor, pumped up tires, did all kinds of things with it. So again, this is a close-up. Now this is a still picture. I did cut the brackets at an angle, and then I put, this is when I was building them, and then I did put carpet inside. As you can see, that's the white stuff there. It's some shag carpeting just to have for padding. And that's pretty much it.